Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong from Guitar Templates, and I just want to take a few minutes to tell you about the new body moulds that we've developed. This particular body mould is for an 1825 Pons Ains classical guitar. It's a rare build, but it was requested by one of our clients, and I thought I'd just use it to show you a little bit about how these body moulds work and the thought that's gone into them. So the first thing to say is that they are machined from MDF, precision machine using CNC technology. They come with a matching set of spreaders that are equally precision machined to account for typically 2mm thick sides. That's been taken into account on the shape, so with a 2mm side in they fit perfectly. The mould itself is made from, in this case, 3 layers of 18mm MDF. That gave us a total depth which was appropriate for the size of this guitar. All 3 have been glued into a single unit, and they are hinged top and bottom so that they can be opened up. The other thing you might notice is that there are 4 aluminium dowels that are slightly longer than the depth of the body that can be installed in any of the 8 holes around the perimeter. And what these allow us to do is to locate them on a workboard. So we have drilled some locating holes, and by dropping that onto the workboard, like that, the mould and the workboard essentially become an integral unit. We can clamp the workboard to the bench. We don't have clamps anywhere near where our hands are going to be while we're working. Keeps it clean and nothing moves around. The dowels are easily removable, and we prefer aluminium because that's much more precise, and they don't wear out over time. Let me show you how the hinge mechanism works. Now, we cut these very precisely, so pulling the hinge tube out can be a little time consuming. So I'll pull it out. I will supply an extra piece of aluminium tube, use that, tap it through, pull it out, and then we can show you how it works. Okay, so the tube has been removed and the whole mould just opens up in this hinge fashion so that the guitar body can be removed very easily if it doesn't just slide out anyway. But it's always good to be able to open up your moulds. The other thing you might choose to do is take both pins out and use the halves to clamp sides in after they've been bent, just to temporarily hold them in shape while perhaps you're bending the second side. And you can separate the two completely to do that. You could then take one of the spreaders and just clamp that in there with a couple of quick clamps, and it's going to hold your side in perfect shape while you get on and bend the second side. So that's how the mould works. And as I said, once the pins are in place and it's held in place on the board, it's very stable, and all of this works together and fits very tightly. Let me tell you briefly about these spreaders. They're very conveniently marked left and right in case you forget which one's which. We thought about making important stuff, but I won't go into that. Okay, so they are also three layers thick, same thickness as the mould, and when you're just bending your sides and getting them ready to glue in your blocks, that works fantastically. A couple of threaded rod style spreaders, spreader bars, and everything's in place and held very securely. One of the next things you're going to do is you're going to glue the linings in at the top and the back of the guitar. They're typically 15 to 20mm deep, and so by the time you've glued in 15 or 20mm of linings at the top and the back, the gap between them is now much reduced. And so a spreader this deep is not going to work effectively because they will only clamp in here if there's a 2mm thickness of the side gap. And if the linings are in there, it doesn't work. So we've only glued 2 layers together. And once again, these are held, the 3 of them are held together with these precision aluminium dowels. But what it does mean is that with very little effort, you can remove one layer, and that effectively reduces the thickness of the spreader bar by a third. And at that thickness, that will sit between the linings, and you can still put the spreaders in and hold the guitar with the linings in place, or while you're gluing them on, which is because once they're glued on, you probably don't need this anymore. So that's the thinking that's gone into the spreaders. They're very simple and easy to put in. Everything you see here has been made so that you can apply clamps, normal, quick clamps or exterior clamps, pretty much anywhere, and you get a straight pull with your clamp. You're not having to fuss around with angled edges and clamps not fitting properly. We've also, for this particular client, made a set of bending forms that'll fit an LMI bending machine. More on that later, but we'll certainly be doing bending forms to match the mould, so you can have the complete set for whatever guitar it is. So if you've got a guitar design or a body shape that you're looking for a really accurate set of body moulds for, or indeed bending forms, get in touch, let us know. We'll be launching these as we complete different models over the next few months. So if there's something you want, we'll get on with that soon. Just let us know. Happy building.